All right, y'all. The mics are on. The glasses are full. This is the Craft Beer Ballers. Man, I almost said the wrong name. Like,
Would be the first time.
it would not be the first time, unfortunately. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man?
Doing fine, bud. How you doing on a wonderful, happy Saturday afternoon?
You know what? It has been a good Saturday. Like, I had to run around. I had to do some beer runs. I had to run to Home Depot. By the way, Home Depot is an effing madhouse. Like, you have to wait in line to get into
On the
Home
weekends,
Depot.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. You had to wait a little bit to get into Home Depot, and then you get in there, and it's like it's just weird. I don't like any of this stuff. So what's even better though is we have Keith, the Bay Area beer blogger, with us today. How you doing, Keith?
I'm good, man. How are you? Living my
Good,
best.
man. Good. Better now. Better now. So
Well, what's making you better, Johnny? What's in that glass?
oh man. Oh, okay. So based on a recent conversation that we had, I went and purchased
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
machine.
It's
You know,
it's good, so good. You can pair that with
good.
some good food too. It's wonderful.
That goes great with like some spicy Cajun food. It just
Anything
it sets it off, man.
it does. It's even good by itself though too. I
Yeah.
mean, for a hazy, that I don't know if it gets better than that.
Have you guys had the other stuff they're offering though, like the
We
brain?
love Reve. Reve's one of our favorites.
yeah.
The brain cake they do, the Dippa. It's good stuff.
I've yet to have a bad beer by Parrish. We even looked up where it was, thinking, well, what if we took a trip and maybe we went to like Houston or we went to Dallas? How far away is it? And it's like really freaking far away.
Yeah, they're in Louisiana, like out in the it's
In the middle of sticks.
Like, man, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's how good it is. We looked up where is the place. We want to know because this stuff is so good.
And I still would give some thought to going there. Like it's not close to New Orleans at all, and it's not close to Houston. But man, I don't know, man. I think it actually, I could see flying into New Orleans, spending a couple days there, and then just one day just taking a day and just driving out to.
I feel like it's 8 hours, or it's like 5 to 8 hours from everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's like Houston, New Orleans. I think I was even looking up places in Oklahoma.
There's some good tap houses that are getting their stuff on around here, which is helpful. I mean, the fact that they're being distributed here. You can get over to, I don't know, do you know, well, Wheeler's had them for a bit, and they may still, but I know Dakine on Gulf to Bay over in Clearwater. He's been 2 or 3 of theirs on pretty regularly too. So
Which place now?
Dakine. It used to be the old location for Southern Lights Brewing.
Yep, I know. Yeah, because I think I'm trying to remember if this was in play when we first talked, but I work in Clearwater now.
Okay, yeah. I work right next door, so like, I'll pop over. But yeah, they've had the brain cake, they've had the Ghost in the Machine, and one other of their hazies, and they're all killing it.
I would take anything from them. They'd have to disappoint me before I would not drink something from Parrish.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Everything I've had so far has been good. Reve is amazing.
Reve is amazing. That's the best coffee beer I've ever tasted or smelled.
Yeah, like I don't know if Reve is a better coffee. Reve might be a better coffee beer than this is a IPA, a hazy. Like that's how good Reve is.
I haven't gotten them out on my to-do list.
I mean, it's hard to say.
Say again now, Keith.
I said I've seen a couple of the beer groups I've been in, but I haven't actually had it. But everything I've heard is good stuff. So
yeah. No, we've done coffee beer challenges where we literally have just all we're having is coffee beer, and I mean, I love coffee. I drink 2 cups a day, only black is how I take my coffee. And this is it's got that just tiny bit of acidity that you get out of coffee if you like that, but then you get the deep, rich flavor of coffee, and you get some of the mouthfeel. So it's amazing.
It's really
like when I was doing my home brewing, I brewed a coffee porter, and I mean, man, they're tricky to get the right amount in there. And like we use like a gallon batch of full, like you could use half pound to a pound like of coffee just to get what you need from it. So
and you could I call it denting the beans, where you just get like a rubber mallet, take the cheesecloth, sanitize it, and just kind of like just lightly crack the beans to get some of the flavor to come out while it's steeping. But yeah, you're right. The timetable where you want to go like 7 days, 8 days, 10 days, 3 days, however much you put on there, changes. And of course, the platform too, is it a blonde versus doing like you said, a porter? So
I'm drinking a white stout right now.
Nice. Where from?
610.
Yeah, good
I
people.
ran over today, so yeah, super good people. I love them so much.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Redheaded Santa Claus, as we call him.
Yeah, drinking 613. It's red velvet white stout. So
I would be very intrigued to taste that. I haven't been to 610 in a while.
It's been a minute.
8.5%. It's a good stuff.
I'm drinking the definitely not the champagne, but this would be the $1 can. It's a great value double IPA from Trader Joe's, the Boatswain.
Nice.
So as a double IPA connoisseur, I always keep at least a handful in the fridge.
Nice. Very cool. So yeah, okay. So I saw that you went to 610, and I saw that. How is that stout? Because I was looking at the list because in our group that we're in, and I was like, man, that's the one thing among some of the other stuff that I've had in the past. I'm like, man, that would be good.
Right. It's solid, man. Like it drinks like it's not set 8.5%. I mean, there's a sweetness to it, which is keeping me low. I'm not downing them, but it's definitely drinkable. Red velvet flavor is solid in there. Just as advertised. I'm not.
Oh man, that's cool, man.
Cool. So I went over. I dropped off. Their bartender has never been over, so to Descent, and so she had ordered, and I said, "Hey, I'll bring your stuff over to you, and I'll just pick up a crowler or two." And so we swapped out some beers. But man, I was like, just whatever you want to give me, and this is what she gave, and it does not disappoint me.
That's cool.
Their stuff's pretty solid.
Yeah,
it's like I think the average beer that they make is pretty solid.
Their whole CBGB series, like all the sours and stuff, they're solid beers. I like they do when Mercury's in retrograde, they do that Mercury's in fucking retrograde, and it's such a good beer too.
I remember that they had the horchata.
I was gonna say
that
horchata
releases the horchata was what I remember. And they've been making CBGB for it feels like a
and different flavors. I mean, stuff like Butterfinger, which is nothing would be amazing.
Well, they used to do the Radler every Wednesday. They'd run, or not the Radler, the Randall, whatever it is, where they'd they put the Randall, infuse it with like candy or fruit or something.
Yeah.
So if you could get there, early and get like one of the early hits off of it, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a big black IPA guy, and and rye IPAs, and they do the Magpie Rye.
I got a T-shirt from that.
Yeah, Maggie, the dog that Chris. If you go over there, Chris has pretty much always got Maggie in his hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that beer is solid.
Oh yeah. That he's good people. It's been a while now, but he's been our show a couple of times, and I want to say that's like one of the first 2 brewery episodes we ever did.
He's a good interview,
and he's good. Yeah,
he's just a fun dude. Like I just enjoy him. So I always seek him out, like at Best Fort or at Fort Brewers Guild. They're there, and I always make him like go seek him out at a festival if he's going to be.
Oh yeah, especially if he's hammered, because then he's even really fun.
Oh yeah. He gets after it. It's been, like I said, it's been a while. So I'm glad you saw Chris. I need to just make a random trip with him, because we used to see him a lot at festivals, and he was on our show like a couple of times, and then I think we went up there to watch we went a couple of times to watch USF football games up there and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
and they're doing I think nightly bingo. So if you come pick up whatever, you get bingo cards, and she's doing just a bingo read off and for merch or whatever. So I mean, it's kind of cool to see. They're still trying to do stuff. I mean, they have a really good staff too. Danielle's really good people.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so Keith, tell us. Okay, so what have you been up to since we last saw you? What's been going on through all of this stuff? How are you doing? How are you and your family doing?
It's weird, man. So still, I mean, teaching, but doing that online. That's virtual teaching's a whole beast. But Descent's been weird. I mean, it was weird. I worked the last day that we were physically open to the public. One of the regulars stayed and closed down the place, and we hung out for a bit. He hugged me. He's like, I know I'm not supposed to hug, but whatever. And we hugged, and it was kind of it was weird. And then the online sales have taken off just exponentially. It's been crazy. Like the online purchases, people coming in and picking up stuff in the tap room. It's just it's a whole other beast now. So staying sane, doing that as much as I can.
Tell me about the online purchasing. I mean, as an
So
online person, I just want to hear about this.
Yeah, I mean, we're not shipping or anything, but it's
Right.
it's just you go online, you go to Scent's Facebook page. There's a link. You click it, tells you everything we have, like all of our merch, all the beers. We update the tap list through there. So once something kicks, we pull it back off. We're doing a couple of different 4-pack buy-ins, so like $21 sour sorted pack, $21.
Like crowlers, we're talking? Or?
16 ounce. Yeah, so 16 ounce cans. So we don't do full size crowlers. We just do full 16 ounce cans.
I remember that from before, actually.
Yeah, we're doing our sales. So Thursday was actually a really solid day. Tampa Bay Beer Week came in. They're doing the promotion where they're giving out $1,000 of everyone's online sales or everybody's sales in the tap room, and then giving that money back to the employees of the tap room or the brewery. So we were blessed enough to have them come in on Thursday, and we easily crushed that goal and kind of kept going with it. And you guys have met Chris in an interview. I remember back in the past.
2 times, yeah.
A couple times.
Chris and Ashley, being the super gracious people they are, they were like, what we're going to do is take $1 of every purchase and throw it back to Tampa Bay Beer Week so they can continue doing this thing for other breweries. So it's pretty solid to see the community kind of come together in the midst of all this stuff, and 1, do online sales, and then 2, to try to help sustain business through this. I mean, some of them, the ones that can't do online, the ones that can't do to go. I mean, there's some breweries that just don't have canning machines or don't have the ability.
Yeah.
And I mean, growlers are fine, but I mean, we quit doing outside growlers. You can buy new ones. It's just sanitization, that whole piece it's challenging and tricky. We live in a weird world, man, where you're just trying to stay as safe as possible. Wear gloves, do the keep it clean, and yeah. We're selling a lot of beer though. That's good.
That seems like you could almost set up some kind of delivery system, or maybe even another company could handle delivery.
So there's Drizzly. I know there's a company doing the Uber type thing, and then there's breweries like Tampa Bay Brewing Company that are doing delivery days. So I think they have a 4-zone system set up for Tampa Bay Brewing Company, and it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever. And it's you order, and they will bring it to you on your zone specific day. And I'm talking like Dave Doble showing up sometimes, delivering you stuff.
Is he flying his plane in and landing it? So here you go, here's your beer.
It's wild, man. To see that. Well, I mean, people are stuck home. They're obviously drinking still.
Probably more than normal.
Right. I mean, so sometimes I think our to-go sales are killing what we would have done in the tap room on some days. Saturdays have been,
Well, I can only imagine we're talking about some kind of large culmination party that's going to happen when, say, things start to lighten up.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, the problem, dude, my beer fridge is ridiculous right now. It's because trying to go places, and I'm lucky enough that I bartend, but I also have a day job that supports me. So I'm trying to go around and support the places and buy from places that I know are hurting through this whole thing, and then I end up with this massive amount of beer in my fridge.
But tell our audience, where should they go? Who's hurting?
So I mean, some of the, the ones that are that. Trying to think who doesn't. Places like Willard's are doing growler fills.
Yeah.
They can't do cans or anything like that, but they definitely need the people to come in. I mean, they still have bartenders they want to support. There are breweries I don't know, some of my favorites. I mean, Overflow was closed completely. They're doing a couple random days during the week. I think Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, or something like that. And they could definitely use the support. Most of them are doing the online thing, which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Your tap rooms are the ones that are really hurting. Your bars and your tap rooms, those places that don't have food to go, that don't have, and some of them are straight up closed. I mean, you got, I think right around the corner is completely closed right now. They're doing online sales of merch and things like that to try to supplement, but I think Rap's completely closed. And so, I mean, any of those places, and it really is just the tipping the bartenders, the people that are canning up the beers and stuff for you. when you go in, I think just be cognizant of the fact that it's just like when you go in and you order a beer, it's actually more work for a bartender if they're having to can things up.
Oh yeah.
Like for us, that canning machine's a pain in the ass. Like
yeah, it is.
You're canning things up, as opposed to you just pour it into a glass before. Now you're having to take some extra steps and sanitize everything and make sure your hands are super clean and like the equipment's super clean, and it's a lot more work. And these are people that this is a lot of the bar staff. This is their only job. I mean, you think about places like Hops and Props down in St. Pete.
Yep.
They were already hurting because of the pier.
And the construction around it, yeah.
And now you've got this added to it. So, I mean, those guys, they were like, I think Tampa Bay Beer Week helped them out this week too. So it's super cool to see that stuff happening. But I think I would just be, if you're not already following Tampa Bay Beer Week on Facebook, definitely but I mean, and anyone out there listening, because they are promoting this thing. And I think the Redner Foundation was fantastic and gave money to help support this thing and make it happen. So we talked about, I think the last time I was on your show, we really talked about that this community is not super cutthroat. It's about helping people. And when you see places like the Redner Foundation and Cigar City helping other breweries stay alive during this whole thing, knowing that, I mean, when you read the news and you're seeing the stuff about some won't be able to survive this. Some won't be able to stay open after. Income and don't have the ability to pay back a loan that the government may give them to stay open.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, all businesses are struggling, especially if you're in food and beverage.
Yeah.
And if you're a smaller group, it's hard. Or if your business model is more reliant on people coming in, that's hard. You know, that's very difficult because people can't come in. So, you know.
Yeah. And that was and you think about it, that's a lot of what the breweries were going to, because you saw
the model.
You saw the model change. And Paradise was a big shift in that. You saw Paradise close because they were on the distribution side of things and tried to go back to the taproom model, and that's hard for a lot of breweries to do. And now, so most of them are going to taproom only. And when the taproom closes, like, what does that do to you? You have to shift to go sales only. And putting in the midst of this, I mean, you saw my friend Johnny over in over Central Florida opened Front Page Brewing in Bartow, and then Bayboro opened in St. Pete's right in the middle of all this. I mean, there's breweries that opened, and then all of a sudden, we were expecting income, and this hurts.
Yeah. That's the challenge is this is a paradigm shift in how things are being done, and so you have to figure out, okay, so how you got weather a storm. Technology has become the thing. Like, you have to be able to do online orders and do it in a way that's easy, because you're still, the landscape was already competitive. Now it's uber competitive because it's not like, I'm not necessarily, if I'm not really going anywhere, I'm not going to just drive by a brewery and be like, ooh, that looks interesting, I'm going to go in. It's all completely reliant on what's online. And
for you, but thinking about even new places, like, are you going to seek out a new brewery right now, or are you going to try to find it? Because you can't go in. Let's just be real. I mean, I'm not giving out samples of beer because it's not sanitary. Like, here, have the sample. So you're relying on places that you know and that you want to support. It's not like I'm going and saying, hey, I've never been to this brewery, I really want to go check them out. Because the reality is, I'm going to get a couple crowlers to go. I may or may not like them, and was it worth the trip to me? Versus going somewhere new and getting a flight and trying a few things and saying, hey, great, love this place. I don't get the taproom experience anymore. And that's part of the challenge too, is a lot of these places or destination breweries. I mean, there are places you go that are like, man, I love the way they built this taproom. I love this about this place. And now you don't really get to experience that piece.
Yeah.
And you've seen them shift too, like Coppertail and Brew Hub and a couple of others are doing crazy buy one, get one deals, and like the stuff that's, because they can on a massive scale, and stuff with hops and it can't sit on the shelf for X amount of time. I mean, it oxidizes, it turns into weird malty beverage that you don't really want. And you think about even like, you're Progressive and your J and those guys, the distributors, they're losing bank right now because.
Oh yeah, well of course everybody is.
So beverage is a rough business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's losing money. That's
You're probably seeing spiking in home brewing too. I bet if you have the ingredients, people probably just
for sure
are doing it.
And you can order ingredients online,
right.
like so that piece.
Yeah.
You don't have to go somewhere to order that stuff. And I've got a couple people I know at Descent that are coming in and buying kegs because they've got a.
Yeah. I've thought about it at
home.
I thought I'd do it myself. I thought about getting another keg of Frequency. Actually,
I know.
We've got Untied on right now. It's super. I think I like it better than Frequency. But there's places like Calusa's throwing kegs. Angry Chair's doing kegs. Like everyone's selling out the stuff because and a lot of them are doing. You've got the single use kegs anyway, so it's not like you even have to bring it back. They've got I'm pretty sure Calusa's doing single-use kegs, so you can just buy the keg. You don't have to bring it back. It's just it's recyclable.
What if I have like a fully sanitized corny?
Interesting. You might be able to do a swap out with someone if they've got depending on the system.
Oh, I know Chris there actually. He built his own contraption to actually fill my corny with his keg.
Nice.
His keg.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man.
So my kegs that are here that were because I had the Ginger Gaydon and I had Frequency, but I bought them for the last hockey playoffs. So they were kicked and killed obviously already, but I was thinking to come back and replenishing. But it's the whole legality side of the process of filling my keg.
Yeah, and it's there's legalities, there's sanitation, there's all sorts of stuff that goes into it. Because I know me personally, when I'm filling a growler of someone's, I'm like, did you clean it and sanitize it? Like, yes. I'm like, well, I'm still going to clean it and sanitize it just because it's my peace of mind. I want to know that I'm putting my beer in.
Of course.
For
sure.
Mess with the quality of the thing.
Well, that's why all the water in Starsky is what I got loaded up in my kegs. So
nice.
Nice.
And I worry about the ones I miss my friends at say Grindhouse. It's super local. Do half barrel batches, and so for them to be completely closed, not able to do to go or anything, it hurts my heart to see that stuff.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Luckily they sell brew supply, so that may help.
And they're going away from that model. They were going away from the model right before this all started. It's rough timing. But the to-go stuff is definitely helpful. And I think they're just kind of taking it as a chance to revamp the tap room and do some stuff that they wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I look at stuff like, all right, so a guy I really like that we've talked to is a guy from oh god, it's I Brew the World.
Oh yeah.
Small place.
Well, he's canning, which is good for him. He's at least getting some to-go beer, but yeah, it's still challenging, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so tell me, where have you been visiting? Where have you gone during this time period to load up? What's in the fridge right now?
All right, so I did a south loop. I did a Corporate Ladder and Calusa and Big Top 2 weeks ago, I think. I had to go say hi to those guys, and Corporate Ladder had done a release on Tiki Sour, and that was really what's kind of down there. They did that, and I was like, I'm going to go down and say hi to some friends. And Calusa, you can't go wrong with Focus or Zote. I had to get that stuff. So then locally, I hit Escape yesterday because I love those guys. Other West Coast is solid and good stuff. Pinellas Ale Works, I got some Bean Porter. They were doing some stuff too. Who else? Today hit 610. I've been trying to do a little here and there. Who else has been recently? Obviously Descent, because my heart there. Hit Cycle. Not Cycle. I hit Cycle, hit Cage, and
Three Daughters. If you're a rep by Brew the World.
Yeah, they're doing to-go stuff. They're also selling the hell out. They're doing props to those guys. Those and Big Top for doing the sanitizer stuff and trying to like shift their business model a little bit to help out and do stuff for first responders too, which is cool. And also went over to I did go over and visited my friend Johnny and Barto at Front Page.
Front Page. Yeah.
So hit Front Page, got some of their Moon Soup New England IPA. They brought on I don't know, you guys from Three Daughters. But I don't know. Do you guys know Sarah that was at Three Daughters or Small Batch Brewer? She's the blonde brewer on Instagram.
On Instagram, I know of her. We have not met personally. No.
Right. She's probably one of my favorite human beings on the whole Instagram side of things, and also in the brewery world. But yeah, so they brought her on as her head brewer, and they went through the UF program together. So psyched to see them. Hit Masteries last week, I think. Picked up bottles. Yep. That rock the funk. Like, yeah, that.
Matt and Michael. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Michael's at Cigar City now. He moved on.
Michael's at Cigar City, really? Okay.
Michael's at Cigar City. Yeah. Michael's at Cigar City, and then Wayne Dalton is head brewing for Masteries now. So there's been some shifts. It's been a weird few months.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Masteries had a full like revamp because Nick and Michael. Nick went to, I think, second shift brewing, moved out of state, and then Michael is production brewing over at Cigar City now. And then, so Wayne, who was production brewer for Sea Dog, took the job, and he's doing good stuff. He's going to thrive out of Masteries, I think. So, for that whole thing.
Cool. Wow.
There's been shifts, man. It's it's a weird world.
Nothing out up North Pinellas. How about like Dundee? You go out there?
Hit Seventh Son, and I hit CUNY, and hit what else have I hit? Maybe that's it in that general area. Some are not doing to go, some are doing some small stuff to go, or the days are funky. Try to support Lukens because those guys always do some fun, like, you know, they try to help out in the community and do some stuff too. And definitely hit Hidden Springs last week for a can drop, so did that. Those guys are putting out the fun hype beers and stuff, so support the guys.
So all around the county, essentially.
Sounds like it. He's always all over the freaking metro.
Like, yeah.
I have to sit still more than usual right now, which is challenging because I don't usually do the whole sitting still thing, but definitely doing it more so lately.
Oh man, I'm the same way. I have to get out. That's been the hardest part, is just not being able to get out. Like,
and Green Bench, hit Green because you gotta hit Green Bench.
That's nice. Nice.
Got a bottle of Alice to crack when this all like calms down a little bit, because Blackberry Alice is it was a gold medal winner for a reason, right?
True, for sure. So obviously the home is Descent. Like, what do we need to try Descent? Like, what do you have going on now? I know you started to kind of touch on that a little bit, but I want to make sure that I capture that.
I think, the ones we won gold last year at Best Florida Beer were Frequency, our IPA, and then Hazy Mango, which was Citrus Simcoe and Mosaic, I think, and then Habanero and Mango. So it's good light. It's good stuff. Those are our two flagships, but we've been trying to. Our biggest seller right now is one called Annual Pass Holder, which my brainchild. I was thinking about that unnamed resort that likes to sell a very pineapple flavored frozen desserts. So we came up with a play on that whole thing, and so named it Annual Pass Holder. It's pineapple vanilla Berliner. It's solid, super solid, and the label's a fun throwback to that place that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to cease and desist on anything, but
they're not paying us, so like
that place. But yeah, so that one this week we released a couple of fun ones. We did a first Gosa we've had in a little while. We did a watermelon lime Gosa, and then we did a hazelnut porter. I think we've got a couple of things happening. We've got our Breakfast of Champions porter is going to go in some maple barrels soon, so there's that. And then you guys mentioned Frequency earlier, so we did a slightly different version of that. Kind of played with a little bit. Another double IPA that's called Untied, and that one we're doing $21 for a 4-pack. That one's pretty solid. What else is fun? Sour Pack, though, is what's been really selling. We've got it's a 4-pack of random, so it's annual pass holder, vanilla, pineapple Berliner, the Dreamsicle, which is blood orange vanilla Berliner, blueberry marshmallow Berliner, and then the other ones alternated. Right now, it's the Gosa. It has been our Kool-Aid Berliner. It's been a couple of different. It's selling well. It's getting hot. People want those fruited beers.
For sure. Nice.
How would you describe Untied? How's Untied different from Frequency?
So the ABV I think is just slightly lower. I think it's 7 point, right around 8%. It's the maltiness is just different. I think. There's something about that, and I'd have to ask what the actual, like, I know when it was kind of a happy accident, but it's just turned out so good that we ended up making a batch of it. I don't know, man. Like, I can just crush that one. The Frequency I have to kind of take my time with, and this one's definitely got that citrusy funness that I just won't know.
Sounds dangerous though if it's a gulpable double IPA.
Yeah.
I might have one in the fridge. I don't know. I'll have to see in a minute, but it's good stuff. Come see me. I'll get you a 6-pack.
I went through a keg of Frequency probably faster than I expected myself to.
One of the ones we have a couple that come in and they get their every so often they'll get a half barrel, and that's the one that they go for every time. And they do, like, they've gone to sixtels right now because their half barrel, like, they're not entertaining right now. So it's that's a dangerous beer too, man. You can crush it. Yep.
Nice.
The next day a little bit.
So, well, okay. So we're wrapping up here. We always do a question of the show. This has become as we've evolved in this video process. So, all right. So I'm going to pull up a screen share, and it's going to be a question. You have to tell me what your take is on this. And so give me a second here. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let me know if you can see a screen share here.
See a screen share.
It says choose your own quarantine beer fridge.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Perfect. All right. All right. So if you could choose, I'm assuming choose one from each fridge. Which one are you choosing in terms of these beer styles?
Oh, I thought I had to choose the fridge.
Yeah, I think you're choosing a fridge, Johnny.
Well, choose the fridge then. That's fine.
Okay.
This is on the fly stuff. I just literally looked this up right before I got on the call with you guys. So like.
This is challenging.
Yeah. I don't think any of the fridges are really terrible.
I mean, like, I wouldn't kick any of them.
I mean, much as I love quads, I might skip fridge 1.
Yeah. I mean, the Gosa wants me to go there, but then, like, grisettes and cream ales.
Cream ales and lambic. The lambic, I don't know if I'd even drink it. I might just rather cook with it.
Yeah. And then fridge 2's got Rauch beers in it, and that's not my jam at all. I'm thinking fridge 3, probably. Maybe 4, but definitely 3.
Okay.
3's not a bad call.
I've been crushing the hazy IPAs. Saisons are, like, they were the last beer I ever got into, and then now I drink them. I mean, I remember, like, when I went to this last time I went to Asheville this past summer, I think the day one was all either Farmhouse or Saison. Like, I went hard. The next day I felt really gross because that's a lot of there was a lot of Brett in my life that day. So it was,
what's beneath Doppelbock? Does that say like DBA stout?
Bourbon barrel aged stout.
Oh, okay,
BBA.
all right.
BBA,
yeah. Fridge 4 is looking hard to pass up. Although I'm not a fan of brewed IPAs.
I mean, are those still a thing anybody makes? Like, they were here for about 6 months and then they went away real fast.
They had a moment.
And that moment was probably too long.
Yeah. That moment was too long. The only thing I could do with them is I bought a 6-pack of the Sierra Nevada one, I think, and I definitely made beer mosas with it. That was about how I drank those because the champagniness of them worked well with orange juice, but fridge 3 or 4, I could do with.
If you're taking fridge 3, I would probably go fridge 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I would look at it like 3.
One's got one I want to kick out. Like, that's the problem.
I think that's the whole point of all of these. There's always one that you don't want. There's always something that's not popular at all.
Yeah. I think fridge 1 is BS. There actually isn't really anything.
It sucks that the quad is stuck in that.
And
I feel bad for the quad. I got stuck with some
It's
stuff.
getting wasted.
Yeah. But the rest of
but to say at the cream ale, it could be a really, really good cream ale. Like I think Grindhouse's honey cream is.
The honey cream and imperial creams sometimes, man. Like I've had some imperial creams that are like we do an imperial cream that's pretty fantastic, but it's
But the grisette and the lambic, you're not saving that. I'm sorry.
No.
Two of the 5 beers are like I just want to skip right over.
So let's cherry pick them then. So you pick one from each fridge. What do you go with?
Oh well, I think everyone's taking the quad out of 1. I would think.
Yeah, quad's easy.
Unless you want Goza.
Quads and Gozas. I guess it depends on the time, like how I'm feeling. If I'm trying to get like hammered, I'm going quads. If
I just want to feel like if I want to remind myself that hey, you still live in a house and it's okay. Here's a cigar. Quad.
Oh, for sure. Goza if I'm kayaking or something, you know.
Sure. Okay. But I think you're
healthy with my
place that somewhere else though. I do love pastry stouts, but I feel like the pale, depending on what pale is kind of hard to pass. But I could probably get something heavy somewhere else. So I probably
do you guys
pale.
Okay. And then what about your 3?
3 for me, easily hazy. Easily.
Okay.
Like
yeah, there's some good saisons out there.
Yeah, 3's a good fridge, but I like hazy over just personal preference.
Yeah.
If you could pick the beer you want it to be, well, what Johnny's drinking right now on that hazy all day long.
Yeah, all day long. This over just about anything else.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, and this has been great, by the way. So, yeah.
It's weird. You think about it. Like I think about the beers that got me into like. In fridge 3, it would have been the Ambers, and in fridge 4, it would have been the Doppelbocks. Those are
fridge 2, but the Hefeweizen.
Yeah, those are the things that got me into it. Now I'm looking. Going. Fridge 2, probably like maybe the Berliner, but I'm gonna tell you, like my beer. If I'm going out and about, there's 2 beers that like if they don't have anything else, if they have Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or they have Reef Donkey, I'm going to order one of the 2 of them.
Yeah. What also you got to remember too, you're ingesting food as well.
Right.
So pale ales are beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not trying to drink a pastry stout while I'm eating.
You don't? Well, I guess if you're eating donuts maybe for dinner.
Yeah, if you're eating a pastry,
dip it right in there. You know, like.
Oh man, a good pastry stout does go well with a pastry. It's got to be a good one. Not everything works, but